This is the Dave and Shecky Show. We got this groovy podcast for ya. Reviewing crazy tunes or quoting Twain and Sting and Dune. We'll bring ideas to share like bonus points for extra flair, cause it's the frickin' Dave and Shecky Show. This is the Dave and Shecky Show. We're bringing you this groovy review. We might preview movies, bake some bread, or drink some smoothies. So come on, have way too much caffeine. You roll up some rivers, I'll reference some Raffy. This is the Dave and Shecky Show.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hi.
I'm Johnny.
Oh, Johnny, how are you?
I'm good, but I got a problem.
Yeah?
I'm Johnny Orlando.
Okay.
And that over there is Susan.
Are you guys related to Tony?
That's the problem. Tony stole my act.
Oh, I see. So it's Johnny Orlando. Johnny Orlando and
See what
and
I'm talking
Susan?
about? Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, Johnny-
And she is enchanting.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I can't really see her from here.
Well, that's part of the problem.
But,
She's imaginary.
oh, okay. Good. So you can't really see her from anywhere.
But I have the ability to do 3-part harmony at once.
Oh, Johnny, that's so impressive. Did you want to do it for us now?
Not now.
Oh, okay. What? Then why are you calling?
Did I call? I thought we just bumped into each other.
Oh, okay. Then why are we bumping into each other?
I don't know, waiting for a bus, maybe. Back to Atlantic City so I can get even with Tony.
No, I believe Tony has passed away.
What?
Am I wrong?
If Tony's gone, my whole reason for living is over.
Okay, hold on. I could be wrong.
Please tell me you're wrong.
I want to be wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
Tony Orlando, alive and well.
Thank you, because I am on a
Alive
mission.
and well.
Not for long, if I have any say.
Okay,
What?
Johnny.
Yes.
Tony Orlando is a...
Around my parts, we just know him as Tony, the no-good fink.
I see. Well, I just have to tell you that around these parts, he's pretty much a national treasure.
You know, the whole thing with knock 3 times,
Yeah?
it was my thing.
Okay, on the ceiling?
No, on the floor.
Oh.
See, everything I did was better, but just a little different.
I see.
That's why Susan was such a hit.
And twice on the pipes? What did you do for that?
I did a lot of cocaine, freebase.
Okay. Well, you know what? God bless you, Johnny.
right.
I wish you nothing but luck, but perhaps we won't run into each other ever again.
Is this encounter over?
This encounter is over, and I look forward to not reading about it in the Lost Encounters or Chance Encounters on Craigslist,
Chance encounters of the third kind?
because that's really a creepy spot on Craigslist.
Never gone there. But
Don't.
let me tell you where I am going.
Okay?
To Tony Orlando's house. Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
So what do you think?
I think I'm going to call the police.
Can we pitch this? Is that a good idea? That's my idea for a show.
Johnny Orlando and Susan?
Yes, they're
No.
very uptight. It's Adult Swim.
Oh,
It could be animated.
I see.
I'm
Oh,
open to anything at this point.
all right. Well, okay.
Have you seen some of the stuff that Carson used to have?
Yeah.
That was not funny.
What are you talking about?
I saw one guy who wasn't funny.
Who?
I don't know. I'm not going to say.
Oh,
I think his name was Tony Orlando.
well, he's a singer.
That's right. Not very funny. That was the other thing with my act. I was a comedian. Okay. Bye. Here's my ride.
Okay, good. Bye. I see your Uber has picked you up and whisked you away to Atlantic City. Anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome to episode number 106. 106 of the Middle-Aged Cool Kids Super Terrific Podcast, featuring your pals...
Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean. King?
Okay. Why?
Because we're really competitive. I'm going to show you chicks who's boss.
I see.
Didn't I lose that battle?
Bobby Riggs lost the battle, but I'm not sure that Bobby Riggs was ever, was he ever a champion?
Whoa. I don't know. He's before my time.
Okay. I mean, this is the thing. I think he went
Just
into it.
pulling names out of a hat at this point.
I think he went into it not very serious, and
She went into it with a pair of nuts.
She went into it deadly serious, and that's it.
All right.
Thanks for bringing that
Well,
up.
I kind of blew it all on the whole Tony Orlando thing. So, at this point,
Well, then don't do
how
that.
many fucking bits am I supposed to do?
Well, all the bits.
Oh, Jesus. Do the bit.
This is your podcast. I'm just kind of the Opie of the show.
Whoa, brother man.
Brother man. Shecky Rakio.
All right, so what do we got today? What's on the agenda?
Well,
I have no idea what we're doing. Let me
today's-
interrupt you once again. I'm going to keep interrupting you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Today's episode is one of
Oh, Indians are taking over America. Bah! I'm sorry.
okay. Well, all right. I don't know what to say about that. Did you mean Native Americans or Indians from India?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden. I think he meant Indians from India. I don't want to talk about him. Today's episode is a Conspiracies, Unsolved Mysteries, and Deep Dark Secrets episode.
Wait, we always do these. I'm just kidding. I love these.
Why do you do that?
Is this with Don Henley again? Can we have
Why?
Don Henley as a guest host?
Why are you shitting on this?
I am not shitting on it. It's the opposite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't we just do this? Is the opposite of shitting?
Did we?
Oh, a month ago?
Exactly.
6 or 7 episodes ago?
All right. Let's hit it.
I'm getting upset with you now.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just being honest. Just putting it out there. We're no longer friends. With these episodes, if you're new to the show, we have one story that's a conspiracy, one that's an unsolved mystery, and one that is a deep dark secret. I let Dave pick which order we go in, and I briefly tell him what it is, and then we talk about it, and he shits on it. I don't think you've ever loved a conspiracy, an unsolved mystery, or a deep dark secret. So let's go. Which one would you like to do first?
Unsolved Mystery.
All right. Today's unsolved mystery is the Phoenix Lights.
Something strange did happen in the sky over Arizona last night. More than 100 witnesses called the UFO hotline, and at least 2 local people caught the strange lights on videotape. This is the way the lights looked over Phoenix at about 10 o'clock last night. The home video shows 3 strange objects hovering directly over downtown.
I'm assured by looking at this that these objects are in front of South Mountain. But I have no take on what they are at this time. We haven't had enough time to study the situation.
And these objects were not only seen over Phoenix.
There have been multiple descriptions, but the people up in northern Arizona saw lights that were distinctly red. By the time they'd gotten down to Phoenix, they were white, the color of stars, bluish white, people described.
The first sighting last night came in from Paulden, then Prescott, and then Phoenix, where the objects turned white. The white objects were later seen over Tucson, and the last sightings were from northwest Arizona around Kingman.
I saw them at the band shell in Central Park.
Oh, okay. Were they great?
No, they're terrible.
All right.
Out of tune.
Out of tune. I see.
Out of touch and out of time and out of tune.
All right. Well, these are a different Phoenix Lights event.
Oh.
It is not a band that you saw at the band show.
You spell it with lights, Lights?
No.
See, that's what the one I saw did.
I see.
Okay.
The Phoenix Lights, sometimes called the lights over Phoenix, were a series of widely sighted, unidentified flying objects.
All right, stop. I know what it is.
All right.
It's those damn candles they put up in the air. They float around above weddings and start California hillsides on fire.
The Chinese lanterns.
Yeah.
No.
What?
That's not what these were.
Oh, how do we know?
Because Dave, thousands of people saw this. It's not a weather balloon.
If you can create a flash mob, you can create a flash thing in the sky. It's a coordinated event.
Some witnesses describe the fleet of lights as a V-shaped formation. Some say they were in a line. Others saw a diamond shape, and still others saw a star.
Or another observer reported that when one turned, they all turned together, as if by the same command.
The UFOs were observed in the skies over the U.S. States of Arizona, Nevada, and the Mexican state of Sonora on March 13th.
All right, let's cancel that one out. They are not dependable.
1997. So we're coming up on 24 years since this has happened.
Like clockwork, every day in the valley, someone will call the police reporting seeing a UFO. Strange lights in the sky moving in strange ways. But it is very rare for thousands of people to call and report seeing the same lights in the same spot at the same time. It happened last night, and eyewitnesses who saw it say it's like nothing they've ever seen before.
Lights of varying descriptions were seen by thousands of people between 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Mountain Time in a space of about 300 miles. There were two distinct events involved in the incident: a triangular formation of lights seen to pass over the state, and a series of stationary lights seen in the Phoenix area. Allegedly, the United States Air Force identified the second group of lights as flares, dropped by an A-10 Warthog.
What the hell's that?
It's something I think that they made up. I think
A-10
they made
Warthog.
that up. I think we've seen, or I have seen with all of my many UFO documentaries that I've watched and talked about, that the government is very quick to tell you what you saw.
Yes.
It started with Roswell. It has continued, and
It started with Roswell, and it does not end well, okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm. And it has continued, and up recently in the past 4 or 5 years, they've admitted that there are unidentified things, but
That's too vague.
it's too vague, and it's too few, and it's too late. I do not trust the government when it comes to UFOs. I just don't. So their flare nonsense, I don't believe it for a second. And
Well-
I know thousands of people also don't agree with it.
Well, what do other people say it is?
People think it was UFOs because that's what they saw. Thousands of people saw the same exact things.
Like, holy crap, look! And it was a perfect triangle just floating across the sky, way up there. Aliens, first thing that I thought, but it scared the heck out of me.
It isn't exactly close encounters of the third kind, but this series of strange lights, which appeared in the northern Arizona sky last night, has thousands of people scratching their heads.
I think it was a spaceship of some sort, because, I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. And
Last night, shortly after 8 p.m., hundreds, maybe thousands of Arizonans reported seeing a triangular-shaped object with 3 distinct lights streaking across the sky at incredible speed.
Was Fish playing anywhere in the area?
I don't know if Fish was playing anywhere in the area. I don't know that that has anything to do with it.
Never trust a fish head.
The lights were reported to have reappeared in 2007 and 2008.
Oh, come on, man. What are they making, an anniversary tour?
But again, these events were quickly attributed to allegedly being military flares.
What are they dropping the flares for?
They're not dropping flares. That's a lie.
Why would you drop flares?
I don't know. I don't know why they would drop flares. I don't know.
Did anyone ever find any flares on the ground?
I don't think so.
Well, then they didn't drop flares.
So the initial report happened at 7:55. A man reported seeing a V-shaped object above Henderson, Nevada. Now, Henderson's right next to Las Vegas. Do you know that?
Now I do.
Okay. He said it was about the size of a Boeing 747 and sounded like rushing wind.
Now, did he place a bet in Las Vegas saying that someone would identify a UFO that night?
And it had 6 lights on its leading edge. The lights reportedly traversed northwest to southeast. An unidentified former police officer from Paulden, Arizona, is claimed to have been the next person to report the sighting, after leaving his house at about 8:15 Mountain Time. As he was driving north, he allegedly saw a cluster of reddish and orange lights in the sky comprising 4 lights together and a 5th light trailing them. Each of the individual lights in the formation appeared to the witness to consist of 2 separate point sources of orange light. He returned home and through binoculars watched the lights until they disappeared south over the horizon.
According to reports, the sightings began at about 8:20 just north of Prescott, with the lights then moving rapidly from Prescott to Glendale to Tempe to Chino Valley and finally arriving in Tucson at about 9 o'clock. The lights traveled close to 200 miles in about 40 minutes.
So during the Phoenix event, numerous still photographs and videotapes were made, distinctly showing a series of lights appearing at a regular interval, remaining illuminated for several moments, and then going out.
All right.
These images have been repeatedly aired by documentary television channels such as the Discovery Channel and the History Channel as part of their UFO documentary programming. The most frequently seen sequence shows what appears to be an arc of lights appearing one by one, then going out one by one. UFO advocates claim that these images showed that the lights were some form of running light or other aircraft illumination along the leading edge of the large craft, which they estimate to be as large as a mile in diameter. So that's a big, big thing in the sky.
Yeah.
Now, you've seen the videos, right?
I think so.
Of the Phoenix lights?
Think maybe. I don't remember. I've seen some stuff.
Those are the lights in the sky. I would say that if you had, unless you fired 7 flares or 6 flares at the same exact time, they would not fall at the same
How do we know that's just not aircraft?
Because so many people saw it. So many people saw it.
Air Force aircraft that they're just denying it is.
And the number of lights seen ranges from 1 to 9. I'm told that at least 1 traffic controller saw the lights. They were reported by at least 1 commercial airline pilot. But John and Marlene, nothing showed up on radar.
Nothing showed up on radar?
Nothing.
All right. A mystery then still. Jim, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to say, it sounded like some type of military aircraft,
That's what we
but
were
if it
thinking
doesn't show
until
up
we
on
said
radar,
that.
now you've got me wondering.
You think lit, one huge, 1 mile wide.
But it's not 1 mile wide. It's just there's 7 or 8 of them.
People seem to think that this, altogether, it's 1 mile wide. So whether
They're
it's
flying in coordination.
So even though thousands of people saw this, thousands of people,
Yes, they're mistaken.
you think those thousands of people are mistaken, but you who weren't there and are just watching a VHS tape
Yes.
of the event know better.
I have a more subjective outlook.
See, I don't feel it's true. I feel like you just want to shit on conspiracies, unsolved mysteries, and deep dark secrets.
If you don't trust the Air Force, why would you assume they'd own up to it? Why would they? If they're
they
not,
didn't, they
why would they just tell you it's flares instead of saying what their real mission is? They're probably doing some corrupt shit, but it doesn't mean it's out from another land.
See, this is the thing. I think if the government was doing something,
Yeah.
they would not go and do it over Phoenix.
Maybe they don't give a shit. Maybe they had to do it over Phoenix. Maybe they were doing something over Phoenix.
Well, this is how these segments usually go, folks. Dave,
UFO, I'm talking more like it's the government covering up.
the government was not dropping flares. I can guarantee it.
They were flying in coordinated effort in order to bring heroin into the ghettos.
Okay, why would they fly over Phoenix to do that?
Because that gets all the attention when you're looking up at the skies that do the drop in the ground.
I see.
Someone else snuck up on the other side in an ATV, and they loaded up the train on the ground. So it's wagging the dog. And the dog is heroin. It's wagging the horse.
So I just want to make sure I've got this right.
It's the wagon pulling the horse is what's happening here.
What,
And was OJ anywhere in sight? Because he could have been a possibility too. Possibility.
Oh, well,
See what I'm saying? Because there is no answer. That's why it's a mystery.
Guess. I'm sorry.
If this one was called Explained Mysteries, we'd have an answer. But there cannot be an answer because it's unexplained mystery.
So, in another page of the government trying to convince you that they know what you saw and you have no idea what you saw.
Weather balloon.
The governor of Arizona, Fife Symington III, held a press conference stating that they had found who was responsible. He then proceeded to make light of the situation by bringing his aide on stage dressed in an alien costume. But in March of 2007, which was 10 years after the event, Symington said he had witnessed one of the craft's unknown origin during the 1997 event, although he did not go public with that information.
The lights were really brilliant, and it was just fascinating. It was enormous. It just felt otherworldly. You know, in your gut, you could just tell it was otherworldly.
It's very significant that someone of the stature of a governor would come out and say that they acknowledge that they experienced a UFO, because it brings a lot of credibility and strength to the case.
Governor Symington says he did tell his family, friends, and staff about what he saw early on.
I still, behind the scenes, tried to investigate it, but I got nowhere.
He said, "I'm a pilot, and I know just about every machine that flies. It was bigger than anything I've seen. It remains a great mystery. Other people saw it, responsible people.
How do you prove it's an it?
I don't know why people would ridicule it." Symington had earlier said it was enormous and inexplicable. Who knows where it came from? A lot of people saw it, and I saw it too. It was dramatic, and it couldn't have been flares because it was too symmetrical, which I just told you. It had a geometric outline, a constant shape.
Ducks fly in a V in a perfect order, and
right.
They're ducks.
Okay, you're not listening.
What?
It can't be flares unless each one was dropped at exactly the... Okay, what?
You put some lights on some ducks and have them fly in formation. What's the difference?
You know what? I don't know why I get so annoyed with you.
I'm just saying, if you have...
Because I know what's happening. I know what'll happen.
8 or 9 ducks in a V shape with lights on them. So at night, all you're going to see is the ducks with the lights.
So you think the Phoenix Lights was a very coordinated...
Duck.
No,
I think it's
ensemble.
a very coordinated Air Force mission where they all fly in coordination to each other. You know, some Blue Devil shit.
Right. But there was no sound of engines. It was just rushing wind.
Too far away.
I see. Too far away.
Maybe they had silencers. If you can silence a gun, you can silence an engine. Maybe that's some technology the Air Force has that they haven't unveiled on everybody else, and they were checking it out.
In an episode of the television show UFO Hunters called The Arizona Lights, Symington said that he contacted the military asking what the lights were. The response was no comment.
Yeah, who are you?
He pointed out to them that he was the governor of Arizona. Yeah. And not just some ordinary citizen.
Not high enough clearance there,
yeah.
Fife.
So, and then it says here, Francis... Yes?
Bill Clinton said there's stuff that he doesn't even know. So why's Fife going to know?
Frances Barwood, the 1997 Phoenix City Councilwoman who
these people are white motherfuckers.
Who launched an investigation into the event, said that of the over 700 witnesses she interviewed herself...
Yeah.
The government had not interviewed any of them.
Well, so that just tells you it's a government cover-up.
Well, it's not flares.
Well, of course it's not flares, but don't assume that it's not them. It's them.
Okay, say it's them.
If the aliens are here, they're probably part of the Air Force.
Say it's the government. 24 years later, we don't have anything that looks like that. That is a mile wide or can fly in formation like that. I would think
maybe we do.
Well, I would think 24 years later we would see that.
Maybe we can't see it.
Okay.
It might be morphing into something else.
Okay, I think we're done with Phoenix Lights. Have you shit on it enough?
What do you want me to say? It's absolutely an alien thing?
No, you don't have to say that, but you don't have to say that you'd rather believe it's ducks, because that's
No, I'm
really
just saying.
uncool.
No, I'm saying that if ducks can fly in formation with such precision, why can't the Air Force?
Well, I don't know that the ducks fly in formation with such precision.
Looks pretty precise when you see them.
Not a mile wide.
Well, I'm not talking about ducks. I'm saying the same concept applies to the airplanes.
Okay.
If a primitive animal like a duck does it...
What?
If a primitive duck can do it, the Air Force can do it. A mile wide.
All right.
UFO enthusiasts all over the country are beginning to talk about it on the internet. And the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON, calls it, quote, the most dramatic series of sightings in Arizona in a decade. Whatever it was, it has more than a few Phoenicians watching the skies tonight.
Now, if you just look at the videotape, you might wonder what's so unusual about 3 or 4 bright lights in the sky, what with so many planes coming and going from Sky Harbor Airport. But the people who saw the lights will say the lights were orange, they were bright, and they were big, and they were like nothing they've ever seen before. And it's important to point out that just as fast as word of these strange lights have spread, explanations have been tossed about, that they were flares, that there were planes flying in formation. But Mark and Robin, we checked with the FAA today, we checked with Sky Harbor, and we checked with Luke Air Force Base, and there's been no official explanation of those strange bright lights last night. In the meantime, these people are going to stay here all the way through midnight, thinking that those lights might return, and their cameras are on ready.
Well, you're right, Paul. With no definitive answer, it still remains a mystery. Okay, thank you.
So that is it for the shitting of the Phoenix Lights by Dave.
What are you going to say?
You could say that perhaps the thousands of people who saw something are more reliable than you who just thinks it's ducks.
Okay, that's possible. But you have to realize that if you were to ask a police officer for what happens when you ask people to give an eyewitness account and a blue car goes past at 90 miles per hour, many of those people will say it's black or green and even red. They might even fabricate something else, and it's based upon your brain playing tricks on you.
Okay.
It's just a fact.
So thousands of people's brains played the exact same trick on them.
No. But I don't know. I don't know what evidence you have that there was any mass between the lights.
One witness from Prescott, who wished to be known only as JR, said he watched a boomerang-shaped object glide over Granite Mountain, and it was at least a mile wide.
Yeah, but did he see anything other than the lights in the perimeter?
He said he watched a boomerang-shaped object.
I understand what he said, but did he see anything other than what I'm just asking you? And he won't even admit who he is.
He said, it's JR. He said, we don't have anything that big. It was totally silent. I've never seen anything even close to the colors from the exhaust that propelled this thing. It was as big as downtown Prescott and completely blocked out the stars. So it was a one piece of thing.
Maybe.
All
I never
right.
saw it.
What?
I never saw it.
Well, no, because we were not in Phoenix in 1997. We were in New York City.
Yeah. If they want to impress anybody, they got to come to the city. Should be called the Manhattan Lights.
All right. Let's move on from the Unsolved Mystery. Okay, next we have Conspiracies or Deep Dark Secrets.
Deep Dark Secret.
Are you sure?
My Deep Dark Secret is that this is crazy.
What's crazy?
The idea that you could solve a mystery, unsolved mystery.
I didn't ask you to solve the mystery.
Well, don't. It seems like you're upset with me for not agreeing.
I'm always upset with you for not agreeing.
Oh.
This is not a new situation here.
All right, never mind.
Our Deep Dark Secret is all about YouTuber Blippi.
Before he was Blippi, a Mr. Rogers for the YouTube age, he was Steezy Grossman, and he pooped on his friends.
Ew.
Stephen John was born in May of 1988.
Yeah, what year was he first molested?
He's better known by his alias Blippi. He's currently an American children's entertainer and educator. on YouTube, Hulu, and Amazon Video.
I seen the guy. He looks creepy.
The Blippi character that John portrays has a childlike energy.
Yeah, so does Peter Pan. Why can't we stick with that?
He is always dressed in a blue and orange beanie cap, blue shirt, orange suspenders, and a bow tie.
Sounds like he stole some shit from Pee Wee Herman. And
So-
that's just the sexual deviancy.
This is the problem with Blippi. And God forbid, who knows if this is going to get taken down, because Blippi doesn't like you talking about Blippi.
Blippi.
But-
More like hippie.
Literally a year before he became Blippi, he made videos where he shit on people.
Oh, he's a scatologist.
The BuzzFeed News article has this line: in a hard R twist, in a 2013 video that BuzzFeed News has viewed, Stephen Blippi John takes an explosive diarrhea on his nude friend's ass in a truly shocking rendition of the Harlem Shake meme.
He made videos where he shit on people.
I shit on people all the time.
And he called it gross out humor.
It is. Disgusting.
That's not humorous though. See, that's the thing. You can't say I'm a gross out comic. There's nothing funny about watching someone shit on somebody. Yes?
Remember Gigi Allen?
I never saw Gigi Allen.
Yeah. Well, I don't want him babysitting. That's all I'm saying. Well, you know, you choose to perform that way. That's fine. But keep that shit to yourself and don't start babysitting.
This is the thing. And Blippi is like, oh, I regret making those videos.
That's fine.
Of course, there's, I thought they were funny.
Yeah, they might have been funny. Now go hang out with John Waters. Do
Let
that
me
shit.
just tell you something. That's never funny. You never wake up one day and say, wouldn't it be hilarious if I shit on somebody and videotaped it? That's just not funny.
He has the right to express himself, but he also has the right to stay the fuck away from kids.
Exactly. And it's not like...
That's disgusting,
It's not
bro.
like Blippi shit on somebody and then 20 years later he said, oh my God, what an idiot I am. I should have never done that. Let me now do this. It's literally the next year. He starts this, these kids shows, he's calling them, and he is creepy. And I
Shame on the parents who say that's okay.
Yeah, shame on anybody who says, "Oh, he was just being gross, gross out comic." That's not no, wrong. That is his true
but
character.
That's not the only thing about him. Yeah, sometimes you got to judge a book by its cover. And this motherfucker's covered in poop.
Well, he's covered in poop, but no, he did the pooping. But
No, I'm saying he looks creepy. I'm sorry. I have a right to say that he looks creepy.
He does look creepy, and if you watch any of his videos on YouTube, he is really creepy. And I don't know why people allow their kids to watch it. I don't know that. I mean, these stories of him shitting on people are on the internet. The videos are not.
Here's the kicker to the story. He didn't just poop onto his friend. He pooped onto his friend's butthole when his friend was naked, willingly receiving the poop. It's not like his friend was sleeping and he was like, hey, I'm gonna poop on my friend. That's like a Jackass style thing, which is really gross. That's one thing. But no, his friend was bent over and Blippi shot poop into this man's butthole.
What's the name of the guy with the mustache? Beef. It's for dinner.
Of Sam Elliott?
Yeah, now that's a role model you want for your kid. Not Blippi. You want someone you can look up to and say, now that man should star in a movie with Cher about an ugly motherfucking kid on a motorcycle.
Okay, so just listen to this. So I went onto Blippi's channel because Blippi has a ridiculous amount of subscribers.
Blippi, I'm getting hungry. Is anyone else feeling me? Blippi? Blippi best? What happened?
So I went onto Blippi's channel, and I have something called Video IQ or vidIQ. It's something that if you have a YouTube channel, it gives you little extra stats. So I can go to Blippi's channel and I see all of his likes and dislikes at a glance. Like I don't have to go to each video to see the likes and dislikes.
Likes poop. Dislikes not poop.
all of his videos are at least 60%, at least 40% downvoted. So he doesn't have any videos that people really enjoy. And
Well, when you're a scatologist, it tends to be a problem.
And if you go into the videos, the comments are all turned off.
Yeah, well, that's because it's supposedly protecting the kids. Any video you have that is child-related, you have to have the comments turned off.
Is that true?
Yes, but that's how you also hide the truth of your pedophilia.
How do you know that?
I just know.
No, did you know does YouTube doesn't allow comments on kids stuff?
Am I mistaken?
I don't know. Are you making that up?
I'm
or
not
did you
making
hear
it
that?
up.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe I'm wrong. That's the impression I was under. I think I might have learned that when I was investigating Blippi.
So Blippi.
Because I happen to have been the one who told you about this creepy motherfucker.
Yes. When I was younger, I watched Captain Kangaroo, who was a kindly old gentleman who read stories, and that's the kind of stuff that kids watched, and I think it was great. Blippi literally acts like a moron, and he tries to pretend that he's acting the way kids act. It's not the way a kid acts unless you're grooming that kid. I don't understand why people watch him in this age of cancel culture, where people can be canceled for the most minute of things. Here we have Blippi out and about doing his really crazy shit, and people just ignoring or glossing over the fact that he literally had scat videos maybe not even a full year before he decided to make this Blippi persona. So it makes me wonder who is behind him. Who is his agent? It's got to be someone like an Irving Azoff who is just willing to steamroll anybody good and decent who brings up something against Blippi.
Yeah, you gotta be cool, man. You want to make shit videos, and then maybe you can make some punk rock music after, but don't go for the kids.
You don't, yeah.
What's wrong with you, dude?
It's disgusting, and it's just like people are like, oh well, that.
What the fuck? One extreme to the. I mean, maybe you could try working at McDonald's or something.
There's something wrong with him.
Definitely.
That's not. It's never going to be normal to make a video of yourself shitting on somebody.
But
that's not normal.
That's not the only thing, though. And then to go to such an extreme to think that it would be okay to become a role model for kids and America's babysitter.
Yeah, to me that's
grooming.
grooming.
What's wrong with you? It's just, what is wrong with you, man?
But
I haven't made scat videos, and I'm not going to babysit anyone. Be cool, dude. The fuck?
I don't know what's up with him, but I don't feel like a good parent would allow their kids to watch that.
No one's forcing anyone to watch him, so he's, hey, if you're dumb enough to buy that shit, good luck.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, how do you as a parent, how do you let your kid watch something and you don't even investigate it a little bit? All you have to do is put Blippi into a search and it comes up. Questionable background, embarrassing things. It's
if you look at it on one of those sites that would tell you what's true or not.
Snopes?
Yeah, they'll say partially false.
See, that's because someone is behind him that has a lot of sway.
Yeah, and they can't even fully say false.
But their Snopes is filled with shit anyway, but
of course they're full of shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're so full of shit, and they still can't cover it up.
But we had this discussion the other day where I am of the mind they are trying to normalize pedophilia for whatever reasons. It's disgusting, but I feel like they, and I don't know who they are, the powers that be, are trying to normalize it with these cuties, with these horrendous TikTok dances with little kids. And now Blippi, who's clearly seems like he is not the best person to be entertaining or educating a child at any time. If Blippi went to a school and said, I want to become a teacher here, a first grade teacher, and they had an inkling that he had videos out where he shat on someone, I don't think he'd be hired. But YouTube, for whatever reason, they want to take down content they find questionable, conservative content or whatever. But yet, Blippi, there he is, just reaching millions of kids or more. All you have to do is hit play on one of his videos, and if you are a normal person, you will be creeped out in less than 5 seconds. The weird voice, the weird actions, it's pretty astonishing that people turn to him for anything. But like I said, the downvotes tell the tale, and there is not one video that is higher than like 60% approval. But people are angry enough to go and seek his videos out just to downvote. So I feel like probably some of his views are just people getting on there to downvote.
Fuck Blippi.
So other than that, he had this crazy thing happen where he was going to do this tour, this Blippi tour.
Parents of young children across the country are angry tonight after learning that the host of a popular YouTube show for kids is sending an impersonator out to do a live show in his name. Imagine buying tickets to a Cher concert, then finding out it's a Cher impersonator.
So much to learn about.
That's how hundreds of parents feel.
Blippi! Hey, it's me, Blippi.
After buying tickets to see the preschool YouTube sensation Blippi.
So I got the email that says Blippi Live is coming, and so I was like, holy cow, because my son loves him.
So Michael Wolkoff texted his wife that he was buying tickets to a show in Columbus, Ohio. Whoa! Good thing he asked.
And she sent me a text back saying, I heard that it's not even really him.
Michael had almost paid extra for a meet and greet.
You know, you could pay an extra $50 or $55 per person to go meet Blippi, which it's not even him.
He's not the only dazed and confused parent.
I'm really dizzy now.
BuzzFeed says angry parents are demanding refunds since they thought they were seeing the real actor Stephen John.
It was going to be like almost $350 for 3 people. And it's like, no, I'm not paying to meet, some guy dressed up as Blippi. I can dress up as Blippi. I'm not going to look anything like him, but,
The promoters tell Billboard, we thought we made the announcement abundantly clear Stephen would not be going on tour, but they've now changed the website.
It has a little explanation that they put on the main page now, I think after several thousand people have complained.
His 3-year-old probably wouldn't know the difference, but he says it's the principle. If you pay for Cher, you want Cher, not a look-alike. Now, Blippi's promoter says they will contact ticket holders and will let them know they can apply for a refund if they're not happy that they bought tickets to see an impersonator. At least it won't be an Elvis impersonator.
Gallagher 2.
Gallagher 2. So people asked for their money back.
Yeah, fuck him. I'm done with him.
Oh, okay. I guess we're done with the Deep Dark Secret.
Fuck him.
All right. Are you ready for conspiracies?
Yes.
Interdimensional beings.
I don't know what that means.
So I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson the other day. He was on Anthony Cumia's show on Compound Media.
It can't just be Neil Tyson. What is deGrasse?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not my business. So Anthony wound up asking him a question about eyes. And Neil deGrasse Tyson went into this interesting explanation about eyes. And he said,
as much as we like to praise our eyes, what we have found is that most of the universe, large and small, cannot and will not ever come to us through our eyeballs, through the sensory system of your brain-eye connection.
Right, there are limitations.
Machines. There are The origin of the universe comes to us through microwaves. You can't detect microwaves.
Right.
The black holes in the middle of the universe, in the middle of the galaxy, are giving off X-rays. You can't detect X-rays. So the eye sees a tiny slice of the electromagnetic spectrum.
Right, the spectrum.
So given what's out there sending us signals in space and on nature, we are practically blind.
I thought that was very interesting. And it made me think of, okay, so there could be interdimensional shit around us that we just don't see because our eyes don't allow for it. And then occasionally we do see something and people maybe mistake it for ghosts, but it could be some sort of interdimensional crossover.
That's possible. I don't know where I don't know how you would ever. I don't know about that.
Well, Michio Kaku and a lot of physicists say that there's many, many dimensions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there could be some sort of life. I mean, why would you have an 11th or 12th dimension if there was nothing there? There would have to be something there, right? You don't have a dimension with no matter or no space or some time in it. There's got to be there's got to be something there. So let me read to you the Interdimensional Hypothesis. This is an idea advanced by ufologists such as Jacques Vallée that said unidentified flying objects and related events involve visitations from other realities or dimensions that coexist separately alongside our own. He's saying that there can be ETs from other planets, but perhaps we have ITs right from this that occupy the same space, just in another dimension.
Well, where's proof of this?
Well, I guess there is no proof.
Well, then it's absolute nonsense.
You don't think there's any interdimensional beings?
I don't think that it's worth spending any thought on if you can't prove it. I don't want I don't want to spend thought on anything if you can't prove it, because it's a waste of time. How about them apples? If you can't prove it, look, like Herbie and Mike Clark said, actual proof. I need actual proof. That's it. I need the actual proof. Now, they were referring to chanting Buddhism, and the actual proof was that they made that recording called actual proof.
I see.
But I need actual proof in reality. Now, if you can tell me there's a UFO, let's get some proof. Otherwise, it's just never ending. So, is something going on that I can't see? Maybe, but I never can prove it. So why am I wasting time on it? That's what I'm saying. That's why this shit drives me crazy. That's why I'm not a sci-fi guy, because I can't prove any of it. It's just like, it ain't happening. Give me something to work with and I can go, but otherwise it's just like I'm off in Fantasyland. That's really my problem with all this shit. I need proof. I need to be able to see some proof.
All right, so
I know that JFK's head was blown off.
Okay.
That I can prove that.
All right. Why would you want to?
I'm just saying that's concrete.
All right.
But whether there was two shooters, apparently we're never going to know. So that whole conspiracy thing goes nowhere.
All right. Well, this was not part of the JFK assassination. It was not part of our Conspiracies, Unsolved Mysteries, and Deep Dark Secrets
These
episode.
scientists are saying shit that no one can prove. So how do we know they're not just full of shit?
Well, or how do you know that they're just not thinking outside the box?
Well, how do you know there's 12 dimensions? How do we even know there's one dimension? Because we call it a dimension?
Space, time.
Yeah, but how do you prove any of this?
Like 3D?
How do you prove it?
Well, you know that something that's two-dimensional is flat, right?
Okay.
Like a paper.
Yeah.
Length, time, width. But a box is
length, time, width.
What?
Length times width.
But something like a box is 3-dimensional, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the 4th dimension, which is time.
Well, who says?
Well, this I guess the scientists say.
I think they're making that shit up.
Well, somebody has to make it up.
Do they?
Somebody has to invent it.
Well, maybe they can prove it to me through their inventions, but I can't understand it when you're talking about it. I mean, I know an engine exists. I don't know how they invented that. Does that have something to do with dimensions? Shit gets very intangible.
All right, so ask someone to name every dimension they know of, and they'll likely list the following: length, width, and depth. They might also add time if they're thinking outside the 3-dimensional box, but asking a string theorist how many dimensions are there...
String theorist?
String theory?
What the fuck is that?
That's like string theory?
What is that?
But asking a string theorist how many dimensions are there would elicit a very different response. According to this branch of theoretical physics...
Theoretical physics? That sounds like nonsense.
Theoretical physics...
How about just physics?
Because it's theoretical physics.
Well, it
That's
doesn't
like Michio Kaku is
theoretical means you can't prove it.
Michio Kaku is a theoretical physicist.
Theory is not proven.
According to this branch of theoretical physicists, there are at least 10 dimensions of space.
Why not 100?
Most of which are impossible for humans to perceive.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, that's what brought me to the Neil deGrasse Tyson eye.
Apparently, there are colors that we can't see in the spectrum.
Yes, because we don't need to see them to survive.
That I understand.
Okay, so what else don't we need to see to survive?
Well, who knows?
That's
you can't prove it. If we apparently we have a scale, a spectrum scale that you can see colors on that we can't see. I don't know how you can see them.
Right.
But apparently we can see.
But animals can see them,
well,
right?
Maybe.
Or birds can see. Like everything seems to have the ability to see what it needs to survive. So birds have better vision. Cats, dogs have smell. Like everything is set up for them to survive, not even as an individual, but as a species.
I think too much science is based on theory and not proven results.
Dimensions are the metrics that physicists use to describe reality. Sounds broad, right? Let's start with the 3 dimensions most people learn in grade school, the spatial dimensions of width, height, and depth. They are the easiest to visualize.
Those are 3 dimensions?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they just be 1?
Well, because it's, like I told you,
it's all measurement, though. We're measuring space. Why can't that just be 1 dimension? Why they make it a little easier?
Because
why would the 3 dimensions be all related to space? What if it's a circle?
Well, if it's a circle, then it's flat. So then it's just 2-dimensional.
Is it? Or is it round?
Well, if it's a globe, then it becomes 3-dimensional.
This is all theory.
No, this is not.
How do you prove any of this? How do you prove just because it's a globe, it's 3-dimensional?
Because it casts a shadow.
This is all hopcock.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah. I don't understand any of this science stuff.
Well, you can say you don't understand it, but you can't say it's wrong.
I can't say it's right. That's the problem.
The spatial dimensions, width, height, and depth are the easiest to visualize. The horizontal line exists in 1 dimension because it only has length. A square is 2-dimensional because it has length and width.
Let me ask you something. Is time a dimension?
It's the 4th dimension.
Well, if time is a human-made-up thing, how can it be a dimension?
Add depth and we get a cube or a 3-dimensional shape. Time is not a made-up thing. Time is... The word is made up, but time exists. The trees, their leaves fall because time passes. We die because time passes. Time is the measurement of that. We made up the word, but not the concept. We didn't invent time as a thing. Anyway, a square is 2-dimensional because it has length and width. Add depth and we get a cube, or a 3-dimensional shape. These 3 coordinates are used to pinpoint an object's location in space, but space isn't the only plane we exist on. We also exist in time, which is where the fourth dimension comes in. Once we know a dot's altitude, longitude, latitude, and position in time, we have the tools needed to plot its existence in the universe as we know it. But some physicists who subscribe to string theory argue there's more to reality than the observable universe. String theory states there must be at least 10 dimensions of space plus 1 dimension for time. But there are physicists who argue that there are more. Some posit a universe composed of 11 space dimensions. But to really blow someone's mind when they ask how many dimensions there are, say 26. That's the highest mainstream physicists are willing to go.
I have no idea what any of this means.
So, again, it was Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that we only see what we need to see to survive that made me question, what don't we need to see to survive? And so then I went into this interdimensional beings deep dive, and some people believe that UFOs are interdimensional. Some people believe that ghosts are interdimensional, that they're not really ghosts who we think they are. They're just beings of something without, they don't look like us. They're not shaped like us. They might be just made of light. Who knows? But that they sometimes cross over. Or not even cross over. We just can't see them. They might just be here in this room with us. We could be in some weird interdimensional subway platform and we would never know because we don't need to see it or hear it.
It's possible.
Well, anything's possible, but I find this kind of interesting.
But it's not concrete enough.
Well, okay. When we do these conspiracies, unsolved mysteries, and deep dark secrets, they're never really concrete. It's just kind of fun stuff to do.
Yes, but this is out there.
I mean, it's all out there. The Phoenix Lights, Bigfoot, it's fun.
I like the Don Henley.
The Don Henley, there was an arrest record, there was a newspaper article, so yes.
A little more concrete.
Blippi is pretty concrete.
That's fine.
He's a piece of shit.
Yes.
But,
I don't know, physicists.
There's a reason unsolved mysteries are unsolved.
I don't know about that shit, man. What kind of person becomes a physicist?
Michio Kaku.
Man, that sounds like a curse.
His name?
Yeah. Don't say that shit.
Don't say it 3 times in the mirror at midnight?
Michio Kaku, isn't that some sort of thing that happened in Latin America?
Michio Kaku. I don't know what you're talking
Isn't
about.
that like Aztecs or something?
Oh, Machu Picchu? Something
yeah,
like
Machu Picchu.
Okay, no, I don't. No. No.
What's the other guy?
Montezuma?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Revenge. Now, who's the other guy?
I don't know.
He killed all the Aztecs.
I'm running.
Cortez the killer.
Okay.
Now this shit I can relate to.
Okay, but that's not. This is
This
unsolved
is facts.
mysteries.
These are things I can grab onto.
All right.
These are a few of my favorite things.
Okay, but then you have to tell me. You know what? I'd love to do a show about Machu Picchu.
Well, I'd rather do that than Michio Kaku.
But see, you don't tell me these things.
Well,
And when
I
I
don't
say
want
to you,
Michio Kaku
Dave, today's going to be an Unsolved Mysteries, Deep Dark Secrets, and Conspiracy show, you don't say, oh, those suck. I hate those.
I don't hate them, but I can't verify any of it.
Yeah, but Dave, you are displaying a disdain for this whole fucking process today.
Well, I disdain physicists.
Well, you shouldn't.
I feel like they're full of shit.
Okay. Well, all right. That could be. They could be full of shit.
No, I don't know. Is a theory something you can prove, or is it just a theory?
Well, all I know is that...
Is the concept of a theory questionable?
Everything is questionable, I think.
How about an unproven theory? Or is that redundant?
I have an unproven theory that Johnny Orlando and Susan...
Now we're on to something I can get behind.
Okay, well, that's...
See what I'm saying?
But there might be people out there who don't believe that that's true at all.
It's not.
Okay.
But you know what's not true?
What?
Me. I am bent. I'm like a rim that's bent. I am not true.
You are
untrue. I need to be trued. I need a spoke wrench.
I don't know what you need, bro.
My spoke's a little out of line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, that I can see. That's not theory. You got a wheel that's bent, you can fix the spokes.
Okay, say we were in Phoenix and we saw a boomerang-shaped craft that was a mile wide fly over us, making no noise and with lights on it. Would you say, I'm pretty sure that's ducks, or would you just be like, okay, this is something that I've never seen before, and it's clearly out of this world?
That's probably what I'd say.
Then
I would start making scat videos.
Okay.
Then I would become a child enthusiast.
I would never allow that.
Oh.
I would never allow that.
Child enthusiast. Now that's the left wing's way of saying pedophilia.
Yeah, exactly. Do not let them normalize
Joe Biden's
pedophilia.
dogs bit someone and they had to be sent away. You know whose dogs didn't bite someone? Trump, because he didn't have a dog. You dumb fuck.
Okay, well.
You know whose dog didn't bite someone? Checkers. You know the dog was named Checkers?
Nixon's dog?
Yeah, Nixon's dog never bit anyway. Nixon could play classical piano. Can you? No.
Matt Bellamy seems to be able to.
Nixon could play classical piano and beat the hell out of you in ping pong.
Is that true?
Otherwise known as table tennis.
I didn't realize.
Ping pong is a Chinese slur.
It is?
Well, why not? You think they call it ping pong?
Maybe.
That's ridiculous.
Ping pong.
That's like saying they call a doorbell a ding dong.
Are you trying to cancel ping pong?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. Then you're as shitty as all those other fuckers.
Well.
Don't fucking cancel
Canceling ping pong, bro.
That's
I just want you
retarded.
to call it with a respectable name. Table tennis.
Ping pong.
Ping pong.
Dude,
that is racist.
It is.
You know what else is racist?
You?
Poo-poo platter. Anyone who orders a poo-poo platter ought to get some shit in their face.
It's spelled P-U-P-U.
Poo-poo platter? What, you want to watch a Blippi movie?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I don't want you to just say it.
We got a lot of problems in this world. But one of them is ping pong.
One of them is sitting at the table. Ping pong is not a problem.
Here's my string theory.
Uh-huh.
It's called silly string.
Okay.
I need a can of it so I can spray it all over the house.
No, thank you.
All right. See what I'm saying?
No.
Oh. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This is things I say.
Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I like to say uh-oh a lot.
And whoa. Okay. I'm upset with you.
Look.
I know, but this is... Okay, let me just say this. We are supposed to have a podcast together where we are partners in this podcast.
Well, we got through this one, but, you're throwing some shit at me that I can't understand.
Dude, we barely got through it. You were
String theory.
adversarial every second. And then when I bring up Blippi, the one topic you said that you introduced to me, you're like, I'm done with this. When we talked about it for 6 minutes.
Is that all it was?
Yeah, I just kept going though, because it's you can't do that. You can't. I have something prepared. You can't just be like, no, I'm done with this now. That's not very nice. We have a show together.
All right.
Those guys on Good Mythical Morning, they're not adversarial.
What?
What?
What is it?
Good Mythical Morning.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do.
It's Good Mythical Morning.
The tap soda, the cookie cereals, one guy that has a beard.
And the other guy looks like Blippi.
The other guy does not look like Blippi.
He could turn into Blippi pretty easily.
No, it just doesn't have a beard.
I was getting some Blippi vibes from that dude.
No, you were not.
I think I was.
Nope. And then you were just, they just do their show. They're very friendly, and they're not even married. And they can act very friendly for whatever the show's duration is.
Yeah, but they talk about nonsense.
I'm very excited about their shows sometimes. I'm a big fan of the food stuff.
All right.
So, all right, I'm going to end the show now because I'm not even sure we're going to put it out. That's how adversarial you were.
Yeah.
No, what? Found what?
Wasn't that adversarial?
Okay. Well, when I'm trying to edit the show later, and you're laying on the couch listening along, let's see if you still feel that same way. Anyway, everyone, this has been episode number 106 of the Middle Aged Cool Kids Super Terrific podcast, featuring your pals Dave and Shecky. If you would like to listen to other episodes, you can head over to mackpodcast.com, and we have all of the other shows there. We also have mackradio.com, which is a radio station that is online, and you can listen to it in your iTunes. You can listen to it in a whole bunch of ways. It's basically both of our music collections tossed together. See if you can figure out what is mine and what is Dave's. Also, we have a YouTube channel where Dave does a lot of reaction videos to songs, and people seem to really like them. Right now, we've got a list of 160 songs right now that we have to get to, so we will get to them. It just takes a while. Was there anything else you wanted to say, Dave?
No, that seems to be all.
Would you like to produce the next episode?
No, I like the episodes. Just, I don't know. I don't know how to prove some of this stuff, so it gets a little frustrating.
Okay, but you could ponder and you could wonder out loud, but one doesn't need to shit on it.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Just because I say it's the government and not a UFO from outer space doesn't mean I'm shitting on it.
Dave, for example, you liked the theory that it was lit up ducks better than it was a UFO.
You're missing the point. I didn't say it was lit up ducks. I said that ducks can fly in formation, and if you put lights on them, it would look like a V.
But not a mile wide.
Well, if there was 1,000 ducks, it could be a mile wide.
But it says it blocked out the sun. Or it blocked out the stars.
I know, but did it?
Yes, apparently it did.
Yeah, but sometimes people see a green car when it's blue.
Sometimes, but not every time.
Yeah, but I don't think everybody of those witnesses said it blocked out the stars. There's that one or two people you said that. I don't know about that. I don't know what reality is.
Well, then we're back to the dimensions.
You can't prove it.
Maybe they were interdimensional beings or something, or an interdimensional something or other.
If dimension is a thing that really exists, you can't prove that to me.
Maybe the government in that area was playing with some sort of mechanism that allowed people to see interdimensionally. And that's why they all saw the same thing, because their sight was they were on some other wavelength.
Maybe. They all need to be collected and taken away.
I don't think that's right. They were just living their lives.
Too late. Okay. You shouldn't have looked.
All right. Well, I don't know what to say.
They need to be corrected.
You need to be corrected. You really do need to be corrected.
Yeah.
All right. So,
why is one dimension taken up with three things? Why is there three dimensions and there should be one dimension? What is that?
Dave, this is a three-dimensional thing.
Now why should it be one
dimensional? Shadow.
Yeah, but couldn't it be the same if we called it one-dimensional?
No.
How is it not one dimension?
Because one dimension is length. They said one. Well, if you have
what if that was just a third of a dimension?
No, that makes no sense.
Well, it makes sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to you. You're just trying to be contrary.
Why do we need so many dimensions just to describe space?
Because in space, there's length times width times height.
Can't that just be one dimension?
No.
How about one category?
One dimension is one piece of paper, or not even a piece of paper. That's two dimensions. One line, one very thin line.
Yeah.
Going in one direction
That's
is
one
dimension. When you have a piece of paper that is 8 by 11...
what if the line makes a 90-degree angle? Is it then two dimension?
I don't think so. No, I think it's still. I think it's still the same. I'm
So you're
not
saying
sure.
a circle is one dimension?
No, a circle is 2 dimensions. Anything that's an object is 2 dimensions. Because it's got its length and width, right? Or radius and whatever it is.
Well, I got a shorter version.
Uh-huh.
1 dimension. Here and now is reality, it's called. That's the dimension. All this other shit, can't prove it, forget about it. When you need food, you go to the store. You don't go to the chalkboard and write numbers down. You go out and you get that shit.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
just saying, reality is what you do. This other shit is just concepts. Until you take them concepts and make a refrigerator that keeps your food cold, you're fucked. So, I'm dealing with shit right here. I can't deal with that physics because it don't seem to make any sense. Besides, we already got that covered. Let's move on and get to what's going on here. You know, how can you concentrate on what's happening if you can't even get what's going down? You know what I'm saying? You cats out there in the park, you need to stop getting high after school and concentrate on the good things like after-school specials.
They don't have those anymore.
Chachi. Get back to watching Chachi.
Uh-huh.
Which in Korea means penis.
It does?
Yeah, that's why when they said Joni loves Chachi, all the Korean people laughed.
Is that true? Are you making that shit up?
That's the joke I heard.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's true. I do not speak Korean.
See, but that shit's funny. And string theory ain't funny. You know who's not funny? Neil deGrasse Tyson. That motherfucker's a bore.
Okay, he's just a scientist. He's not supposed
Matt
to be
Eisman,
funny.
he's funny.
Matt Eisman is not a scientist.
Exactly. So, scientists are not cool.
I see.
Don't try and prop them motherfuckers up.
I see.
Let's go to the store and get some food. Not right on the chalkboard.
All right. Well, I don't know what to say. You are not delightful today.
I'm saying if you want to eat, you got to go to the store.
Okay, no one here is saying they don't want to eat. I don't understand who we're talking to.
Don't call Grubhub is what I'm saying. Grubhub is like string theory. It's not reality.
We have ordered from Grubhub and they have delivered.
Yeah, and they make you tip them through some sort of weird app.
Okay.
What if I want to tip you in person in cash?
You could do that.
Not if you don't touch the food. No, I want you touching my food. Stop touching my food.
Oh, okay. We have not ordered food since the pandemic.
Oh,
so
it's all nonsense, sweetie. I'm sorry. Yeah, this whole fucking string theory thing's got me up into the... Let's just end the show. It's all insanity.
You have hurt my feelings today.
Oh, Jesus.
I try to put together a fun show that I find interesting, and I hope that you'll just be like, well, even if you don't like it, you'll just join in the fun. But you know what? You just can't. You can't do it. These are my favorite episodes because they're everything I love. All of this unsolved, the conspiracy, the deep darks.
We're opposites.
We're opposites, but you know what? If you wanted to do a show on jazz, like we did...
You love jazz. Come on. I know you like it.
I don't. Unfortunately, I don't love jazz.
My wife doesn't like jazz.
And
holy shit.
Especially some of the crazier stuff. It's very difficult for me to listen to.
Nobody likes that stuff.
But you know what? If anybody goes and listens to our jazz show, I guarantee you there is not 1 second of me shitting on it. Because I just think... Dave loves this.
Well, jazz...
I'm going to try to understand it. I want to talk to him about it. And
jazz is more concrete than dimensions.
I see. But that's... You know what?
What?
You could like dimensions, too.
If I could see him. If I could touch him. I don't know. I don't know about dimensions.
All right. Well... Maybe this is the last episode of the podcast.
Whoa.
You seem to not like to do them with me. Perhaps you could find a better partner.
No.
Maybe we can have Colin come up. You two can have your conversations about Alan.
Al-Anon.
All right. All right. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for listening. I do appreciate it. I'm sure in Dave's way, he appreciates it too. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. We will see you next time, or probably never again. So long, America. Your mom's box.
Shut up. What is that in your mom's box? That's ridiculous. The hell? Never say that.